Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, a lot of problems with it, right? Not a very good reception. A lot of complaints and problems people will bring up and etc. And this week, we had a couple developments about Mass Effect Andromeda and BioWare as a whole. So I'm going to read a few quotes. This is a quote from a EA financial report. And I took everything I'm going to say from a GameSpot article, Jesus, and a Kotaku article about this thing. So, Mass Effect Andromeda is an interesting title. It was in development for a really long time and represented a lot of great things that BioWare is known for. Story, size, depth, breadth, imagination. And while the overall aggregate review scores were lower than we would have liked, we did have over 100 reviewers score the game at 80 or higher. So it represents a fan base that's very passionate, that's looking for very particular things, and many players found exactly what they are looking for, and some players did not. Now, I am in the camp of, I did very much enjoy Mass Effect Andromeda. I want to go back to it. I totally will. It's just kind of hard to when there are a pile of things coming out between Zelda eating up a whole month, to Nier, to now Prey. It's tough to get Mass Effect time in there, but I really do want to go back to it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And then we have this other story that broke about the same time, also kind of from this financial thing, basically saying that BioWare, which one is it, Edmonton? BioWare Montreal, sorry. There's like 3 BioWares. I have to remember which one it is. BioWare Montreal, which is the main developer of Mass Effect Andromeda, kind of being ushered off into a support studio, which essentially means they just support other things and not make their own thing. BioWare still has another IP coming, but Mass Effect is on hold. And I have a couple of particular points here from the Kotaku article. Fans have been wondering where the lauded sci-fi series will go next. The answer, according to people familiar with the studio, is nowhere, at least for the time being. BioWare has put Mass Effect on hiatus and turned Andromeda's developer, BioWare Montreal, once I learned how to remember things, into a support studio, according to 4 sources close to the company. BioWare is letting Mass Effect sit for a while rather than putting staff on Andromeda's follow-up right away, these sources said. Last month, a number of BioWare Montreal employees were transferred to the studio EA Motive, also based in Montreal, to work on Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is clearly a big title. Those remaining at BioWare Montreal will help support BioWare's other games, including new intellectual property, codenamed Dylan, which we expect the company to announce at E3, blah, 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 and they'll continue to support and patch Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, sources say, BioWare Montreal is significantly smaller than it was just a few months ago. Those who didn't go to Motive will help out with BioWare's other projects rather than incubating and developing their own new projects. And there's a couple things to talk about here, because they also delayed this Project Dylan a little bit further out from when it was originally supposed to be released. And I don't really know about this or care about this because nothing's known. It's just like a code name out in the ether, right? They delayed that, but they couldn't. After months and months and months of me saying they should delay Mass Effect Andromeda, and on release, when they had all this bad press of the gifts of the EA Access shitstorm, it was obvious they should have delayed this game. There's no other way to look at it. And the 2 patches they put out, a month after release, drastically improved things. That's a shocker. And it seems to me that EA is kind of indirectly going, you guys dropped the ball, we'll get back to it, whatever. But it's really your fault. So thanks, EA. Thanks for killing Mass Effect intentionally, because there's no reason to just release this game. You knew it was broken. You knew there were problems. You knew this was going to happen. You knew people would eat this up. Maybe you also knew, even in the best case scenario, this game was not a 10 out of 10, but you knew releasing it in the state it was in was a bad idea. But why'd you do it? Why did you do it? For money. For the end of the quarter. For shareholders. Because we have to at a certain point. You're a big enough company, suck it up and delay the game. The very fact that you didn't even show fucking gameplay until 6 months out, before 6 months out, it was like what? 4 months before the game came out, is very telling. Very, very telling. And the writing was so on the wall, and you just wanted to be right. You had to get this game out before the fiscal quarter ended. You just had to. So much was riding on it, apparently, that you may very well have killed, at least temporarily, one of your biggest franchises that isn't sports ball or a multiplayer shooter. So I hope you're happy, EA. Hope you're really happy you couldn't just delay this game 2 months. Because fuck all's coming out in June. Or July. Oh, we got ARMS coming out? Oh, good. I'm so excited for ARMS. Could have been playing Mass Effect. Could have been playing the best version of Mass Effect. But no. Instead, we get garbage and my ending slate. So thanks a lot. Thanks a whole lot for that. I hope you're happy. How long does this ending slate go? Oh, there it goes. One day I'll get back to you, Andromeda. One day. There's a lot of good space games this year. Mainly Prey, which we'll get into in a second.